Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. Decided to go with a bit more scenery in today's video. We've got a couple of palm trees there, a couple of I don't know what kind of trees these are over my right shoulder, but today we're going to be discussing if it's possible for Chelsea to win the Champions League. I know what you're thinking, you're already about to slate me, slaughter me. However, have we not been in this position before where it's January time, Chelsea are in an awful run of form, and then all of a sudden, that German man came in, he sorted everything out, and out of nowhere, Chelsea win a tie against Atletico Madrid that nobody thought we were going to win, and then we lift the trophy for a second time. I know it's a bit different this time because Tuchel literally came in January, got straight to work, and then we won the competition. Potter's been there for a while, and we've already had debates about whether or not the man should even still be in the job. So it's a bit of a different kind of scenario. But with Chelsea doing all of the work and business that we've done by signing multiple players to improve this squad in January, we've also got a tie against Borussia Dortmund, who, when we look at some of the teams across Europe, you've got the obvious ones you want to avoid. You've got your Liverpools, your Real Madrids, your PSGs, your Bayern Munichs, and funnily enough, two of those will go out come the quarterfinals of the competition. Napoli are running away with Serie A. You don't want to play against them. They should probably go through. They've got Frankfurt. Spurs have got Milan. And then I think City, I can't remember who they've got, but they've probably got a relatively easy draw. They usually do. And then there's I think Club Brugge against Benfica as well. And maybe we steal Benfica's best player in the next few days. So who knows? Chelsea versus Dortmund. I think Chelsea can definitely beat Dortmund, even if we're in bad form. I don't think Dortmund are as good of a side as a lot of people make out to be, because a lot of people don't watch the Bundesliga. A lot of people look at Jude Bellingham, the goal-scoring form of Sebastian Haller, and they might be like, oh, no one's going to beat Dortmund because they got Bellingham. That's the easy way of writing Chelsea off the competition because there's one player that you know very well in the Borussia Dortmund team. However, in this video, I want to go ahead and talk about two different starting 11s, one of which includes the dream signing that Chelsea could make this January, and the other one is, as of right now, the 25th of January 2023, can't believe I'm saying that's the year right now, we have an existing squad of players, we've got players returning from injuries, and a lot of them could well be ready to face Dortmund in the middle of February. So we're going to build two teams, one with a 3-4-1-2 formation. That is my dream 11. And then another one, which is a 4-3-3. I'm going to give my reasons why I've picked a back three for my dream Chelsea starting 11 for us to go and try and win the Champions League. And then the back four is based off of players that we've already got at the club, and that is pending no more signings for Chelsea during this window. Before we do go into those teams though, first of all, I want to ask you to hit the like button on this video and make sure you're subscribed to GBFC so that you don't miss any of the updates during this January window, and for the foreseeable future, there will probably be a news video out later on today. Before we build the teams though, I think it's important to go through some of UEFA's rulings regarding registering players. I've been asked a lot of questions about, are all of these new signings able to actually play for Chelsea in the Champions League knockouts against Dortmund? So, can January signings play in the Champions League, Europa League and Europa Conference League knockouts? As of the round of 16, a club may register a maximum of 3 new eligible players for the remaining matches in the current competition. Such registration must be completed by the 2nd of February. So basically, as long as we choose who those registered players are the day after the window, and we don't forget to send a bloody email or a document or something, then we should be okay. Any or all of the players from the above quota of 3 may have been fielded for another team. So basically, Mudryk played for Shakhtar, so he's still allowed to play. Madueke, I believe, played for PSV. I'm pretty sure they're in the Champions League group stage. He's also allowed to play. We move. Now, because Chelsea have already signed more than 3 players, a lot of people are saying, well, doesn't that mean certain players are going to have to miss out? Of course, with the Champions League squad submissions, there will probably be 1 or 2 names from the current Chelsea first team squad as a result of these new players. We've currently not sold anybody. So as of right now, there might be 1 or 2 that actually do miss out, but a lot of people are also saying if we continue to make signings during this window, we can't register all of them. Now that isn't true. There is also List B, and I'm going to tell you what List B is right now. A player may be registered on List B if he is born on or after the 1st of January 2001 and has been eligible to play for the club concerned for any uninterrupted period of 2 years. May be submitted if they have been registered with a club for the previous 2 years without interruption. Each club must include at least 2 goalkeepers on List A and at least 3 in total, List A and List B combined. Clubs are entitled to register an unlimited number of players on List B during the season. This is the important part of the news here because Chelsea are making signings of some players who were born post 2001. For example, Noni Madueke would be registered to List B, which immediately rules out one of the new players that we've signed to be registered as a new one of the 3. So, bearing all of those rules in mind, I may have got something wrong there. I've done the best due diligence that I think I could have done. Please let me know if you are far more informed than I am in the comments down below for the benefit of each and every one of us. But without any further ado, we are going to build, first of all, the Chelsea 11 that I think would be the strongest based off of the players we've signed now, and with the notion that we don't sign anybody else between now and the end of this window. We begin with a back 4 with Kepa as my #1 goalkeeper in both instances for both of these teams. The back 4 is Reece James, Ben Chilwell left back, Badiashile left centre back, and Thiago Silva in the middle on the right centre-back position. I don't think it is any kind of surprise to me that Chelsea have kept 2 clean sheets since Kalidou Koulibaly has dropped out of the team. Badiashile looks so incredibly comfortable in this Chelsea team, and I think going with 4 at the back enables us to be a bit more creative when we're going forward. And as we go through, I think Chelsea are going to look for the rest of this season so much better than what we have become accustomed to in recent weeks. I think no matter what we want to say about the style of play, I think Graham Potter's struggled so far to really implement that style that we saw at Brighton. You could argue that since De Zerbi came in at Brighton, they've become even more creative, they've become even more progressive, aggressive and attacking. So maybe it is going to take for the rest of the season for us to see Graham Potter's Chelsea style implemented onto this team. But I think with that back 4, Reece James and Ben Chilwell makes such a massive difference to the way that Chelsea play. The quality and the upgrade between Cucurella, Lewis Hall, and then Chilwell, and then Azpilicueta or Trevor Chalobah at right back, upgraded to Reece James. It's an astronomical difference. And I think as soon as both James and Chilwell come back, as long as they remain fit, yes, there is the potential of Malo to come in as well if Reece James cannot get fit again. But I think that that back 4 is absolutely solid, and in the last couple of games where we've kept those clean sheets, Thiago Silva and Badiashile have filled me with confidence. We move into a midfield 3. Now, I have put Mason Mount in one of these 11s and not in the other one, and I've included him in this one in the hope that he can regain some form. I've got Mount in the left centre midfield position. I've then got Kante in the middle. If he comes back, he probably won't be fit for the first leg against Dortmund, but he could be for the second. And we know just how important Kante was in our run to last win the Champions League in 2021. Mateo Kovacic in the right centre midfield position. I was thinking maybe putting Hakim Ziyech in the right centre midfield position and letting him operate those curling balls, balls over the top, crosses from deep, with a front 3 of Noni Madueke, Felix through the middle, and Mudryk on the left. I think that front 3 there is going to absolutely cook by the end of the season. I've taken Kai Havertz out of the team because if Chelsea want to win the Champions League, I know it is so far away from a reality right now, so please don't slaughter me for this, but this is me being as optimistic as I possibly can because we do have a chance, and I do think we will beat Borussia Dortmund. That starting 11 is the best I think we could do with the players that we've got right now, and this could be available come the second leg of the Champions League last 16. We move into the dream starting 11, and there is a back 4 including the goalkeeper of Kepa, Thiago Silva, Badiashile, Wesley Fofana in the right centre-back position. I really hope that Wesley Fofana can find some of the form that we saw at Leicester City, which made Chelsea go out there and splash so much money on the young centre-back at the beginning of this season. I think when he comes back from injury, having him in the right centre-back position frees up Reece James to be that wing-back with Ben Chilwell in the left wing-back position. I've got James and Chilwell as the full-back and now wing-backs in both of these formations because I think Chelsea are more likely to go further in this competition if we play with a back three, which is exactly how we won the competition last time. I don't think we're going to see Graham Potter use a back three so much in the Champions League. I think what we've seen over the course of the last couple of months worth of games that Chelsea have played, Graham Potter is trying to steer away from that back three. With various injuries that we've had, we've been forced to field certain 11s that will probably never go down as starting 11s that Graham Potter would choose if he was to have a fully fit squad. Reece James is a wing-back, Chilwell is a left wing-back, significantly more productive players. And I think within this Chelsea team, we get so much more out of them when they're playing in those more advanced positions, when Reece James can overlap, when Chilwell can get to the byline. We've seen him score goals even this season. That goal against West Ham where he actually makes it all the way to the byline, furthest forward, and he basically dribbles it into the net at some stage. So when we move forward, the two in the middle, Kante and Enzo Fernandez. Now, if this doesn't fill you with excitement, because as I've been saying in the last 2 days, I really think Chelsea will get Enzo Fernandez in this window. Brighton have now come out and said they want £100 million for Caicedo in January, which means Chelsea are going to be forced to either pay the same amount for Caicedo as Enzo. And Enzo's already said he wants to come. So if we're going for one of these two players, and it's been the price that's been the conversation and the problem, Chelsea, go out there, get Enzo Fernandez, because a midfield two of Enzo Fernandez and then N'Golo Kante, if he's fit, is absolutely mind-blowing to me. And I think it would smash many teams in Europe across the park. We move. We've then got the front three once again of Felix, Madueke and Mudryk. I've got so much faith, even though we've never seen Madueke play for Chelsea before and we've never seen this front three, I've got so much faith in these players, and I think a lot of it is because we're about to see something at Chelsea that we have not seen for a very long time. Even Pedro at times had that ability to take players on and score. We've not seen a winger do that at Chelsea for so flipping long. So, gonna flick between both of the graphics now. I think Chelsea will beat Dortmund with either of these two teams, and then, as we did in 2021, if you get the rub of the green, you get the luck of the draw, who is to say that Graham Potter's Chelsea can't go all the way again? Let me know if you think I'm absolutely off my rocker in the comments down below, but as I have been in recent videos, I'm trying to be optimistic about our chances moving forward. Do you think we'll beat Dortmund? Do you think both of these 11s can beat Dortmund? And do we sign Enzo? You guys have got some commenting to do down below. Thanks for all the love and support in recent videos. And if there is Chelsea news for you lot later on today, best believe it will be in your subscription box. So get those notifications on. Come on, you Blues.